There's a quaint place in Portugal, about an hour north of Lisbon. It's the medieval town of Óbidos. I didn't know about it, or that I would make a visit, until about halfway through my trip. But that's where we're going today. One of the hostel staff members recommended Óbidos, and with an extra day, I decided to explore without any expectations. I snagged a bus ticket and made my way to the station. That curiosity of the unknown made the day feel completely freeing. Walking through the famous town gate, adorned with azulejos, felt like stepping into another time. Overcome with excitement, I started up the city walls. The climb was steep, but the views from above made every step worth it. Seeing the rooftops and the countryside from this perspective gave me a new sense of space and freedom. From up here, the town felt quiet, stuck in a different century. Whitewashed walls, colorful trim, and a maze of narrow streets. It was bustling with people, but it felt slower. There was a lack of city life distractions, as you can only explore within the walls on foot. It was a windy day, and winding around the town from above felt even more exhilarating with the wind in my hair. Every nook seemed to tell a story, and I could take it all in without rushing. On the opposite side of town, I had descended and wandered into a bookstore inside a former church. Shelves stacked with stories rising where pews once stood. Óbidos is also known for its many bookstores. I continued through the cobblestone streets, noticing tiny details. Painted doors, potted plants, and decorations for the upcoming holiday. Walking without a destination allowed me to be fully present. The church was simple on the outside, but the beautiful azulejos inside caught my eye. An intricate display of yellow and blue tiles. It was a quiet moment in the middle of the town's bustle, like an invitation to pause and reflect. I picked up where I left off on the city wall loop, taking my time and taking in the town from every angle. Seeing Óbidos as a complete circle made me appreciate its charm and the freedom of exploration. I stopped for lunch just outside the city walls. A slow meal gave me a chance to rest, reflect, and re-energize before an afternoon of endless possibility. Exactly what I wanted from this trip. Later, I found another small bookstore tucked inside the streets. As an artist, it was one of my favorite spots. I lingered, letting myself discover what caught my eye. I purchased a handmade magnet, combining my two favorite types of souvenirs. Stepping outside the walls, I wandered the trails and natural areas. It was peaceful to explore the less traveled path and get a great view of the countryside. Before leaving, I took one last walk above the city and through the streets, enjoying the light hitting the rooftops and the soft hum of the town. I returned to Caldas da Rainha, leaving a little time to explore the other city before catching my connecting bus back to Lisbon. I'm always curious to see the less traveled towns. I was in need of a sweet afternoon treat, so I stumbled into a bakery and grabbed a couple of pastries. I wandered through a charming park, finding a place to pause and enjoy my treats. They were unique, a bit unfamiliar, but I enjoyed trying something new. Before heading back, I picked up a few treats to go. It was just a small shop, but very busy and it smelled amazing. Discoveries like this, unplanned and unexpected, make days memorable. On my journey back to Lisbon, I thought about Óbidos. The walls, the streets, the bookstores, the pastries, all felt like a reward for traveling without expectations. Back in my hostel, I tasted my treats. They were sweet and comforting, a simple pleasure after a long day of wandering. Óbidos reminds me why I chose Portugal as my first solo trip abroad. The joy of discovering the unknown.